Next up is Shyra. Shyra, come on up to the stage.
When I first learned this month's theme, I started trying to figure out how to put the family-altering story of my sister Renee's death, that was me, into the 5 minutes. However, on July 17th, 2014, just now, the following, which almost altered my family again, happened. I need to say going in that I asked for and received permission to tell this story. Here's what I know happened on Thursday, July 17th. At about 4 o'clock, I got a phone call from my mom in Lafayette. Mom's ringtone is Placido Domingo singing Ave Maria. She told me that she could not find my brother, who lives with her. She gave enough details when she had last spoken to him that he'd missed a doctor's appointment that it was clear he was missing. My brother, who's 2 years older than I, has a history of depression and another chronic and sometimes painful illness as well. Mom also called Christy, who, though not our sister by blood, calls my brother her brother. I called my son Alec here in New Orleans because he's very close to my brother, and he said he'd try to reach him. Gus, my husband, picked me up at 4:30, which is when I get off work. I'm sorry, I missed that part. I had by that time been on the phone with my best friend in Lafayette, and she hadn't seen my brother. I didn't think she had. And I'd also been on the phone with Christy. Christy went to Mom's house, and they had figured out that my brother essentially ran away. Alec, who lives behind Gus and me, alerted me that my brother had just posted on Facebook. So I called Christy and let her know this. She checked his computer, and she discovered a series of scheduled posts, ending with one that would go up on Saturday that gave an address, one of those extended stay motels. He even gave the room number. She called 911 to get the police and ambulance there, and she went there too. The first police officer on the scene believed my brother was dead and said so to Christy, who said so to me. Fortunately, the next responder found a breath or a pulse, and my brother was taken to ICU. Somewhere in the midst of all this, our friend Kobe and his son Boris, who live in Montreal, showed up at our house as previously planned. I hugged Kobe in our kitchen, and we went to dinner at Theo's, where I took a few bites of a salad. Now, here's what I remember about Thursday, July 17th. At about 4 p.m., I got a phone call from my mom in Lafayette. Mom's ringtone is Placido Domingo singing Ave Maria. I answered the phone. Being on the phone with Christy and noting that her Cajun accent was ticket and I remembered it. Hugging Kobe in my kitchen. And finally, coming around late Thursday night in bed with Gus, looking at text, looking at Facebook, and trying to figure out what had happened. Gus explained it to me, went through it with me. He tells me about 75 times, but I only remember the last one until I knew what had happened. Because you see, being told that my brother, my first friend and companion, my evil twin, being told that he was dead had altered my brain chemistry. The next morning, Friday, July 18th, I spoke with Christy. She told me what I had done to help. She told me that what my brother used was vodka and Benadryl. And she told me that his blood oxygen was good, meaning there was no apparent brain damage. Gus took me to the doctor's office where a nurse practitioner treated me and gave me a prescription. On Saturday, July 19th, when Kobe and Boris were leaving to go to the train station, Boris, who is a 14-year-old Quebecois, said to me, "I hope your brother gets good fast." You see, like well soon. And also on that Saturday, my brother got moved to a hospital room. And that Facebook post with the address popped up. I called Christy, and she took it right down. My brother spent more than a week in the hospital, so he was able to visit with my mom, with our youngest sister and her family, and with Christy, who was passed off as another sister. And he got to post on Facebook, so he posted How Not to Kill Yourself, wherein he revealed that that vodka was apple vodka. Also, that his suicide note said, I was on Earth all along. I wrote a companion piece called How to Get Amnesia. In that, I said, that's not a suicide note, that's the plot twist to Planet of the Apes. I also noted that my brother really likes palindromes, so I thought it was great that the prescription I was given was for Xanax. Now my brother and I, we have this bit. He either says or types, depending on how we're communicating, I'm sorry I gave you amnesia. And I reply, you gave me amnesia? I asked for and I received my brother's permission to tell you this story. Thank you.
Thank you, Shyra, for sharing that. The text message exchange, it's good to know you and your brother can still be humorous with each other after all of that. That's closeness right there. So, judges, we're going to go to you. Gluten-free base, what do we have for Shyra? 8.2, all right. And keeping it real over there. What do we got going on? Taking a moment, 8 points. 1, all right. And ultra whites. Indeed, we have 8.3. Okay, thanks.